Hello and welcome to Fair But Firm. My name is Joe Cortez, former international boxing referee from Las Vegas, Nevada, the boxing capital of the world. And you know what? When I say the boxing capital of the world, guys, it proves once again we have a big mega fight coming up September 14th. None other than Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. That fight is a dream fight for any boxing fan out there. As a referee, I can tell you, I wish that I didn't retire. That would have been my dream fight as a referee. So whoever gets out here in Las Vegas, they're going to be on top of the world officiating that fight, whether you're a judge or a referee, but mainly the referee because he's going to be up close to these fighters. And talking about being up close, I was up close to Mayweather on 4 occasions, championship fights, and with Canelo Alvarez when he knocked out Joselito Lopez. So I can tell you a little bit of the way I see it. This fight is a fight that, you know, Floyd Mayweather brings years of experience. We're close to maybe 20 world title fights on this belt, close to it, if not over already. And Canelo Alvarez is a youngster coming up the ranks. You know, he's a junior middleweight champion, 154 pounds. And this fight going to be at a catch weight of 152 pounds. Mayweather didn't want to accept 154. He figured he let this guy, Canelo Alvarez, suffer a little bit, come down 2 pounds, so Mayweather can have a little bit more of a leverage for 147. Because Mayweather walks around at 147 every day. So for him to fight 154, he felt he would be a little bit at a disadvantage with the weight difference, but not with the experience. The experience that Mayweather has is the tops. Floyd Mayweather is considered by the boxing fans around the world, pound for pound, the best fighter in boxing today. But Canelo Alvarez is a young, hungry champion, 22 years old, has a devastating right-hand punch. You can ask Austin Trout. Austin Trout has never been dropped. So Canelo Alvarez, with his rapid combinations and straight right hand, put Austin Trout down. Can he do that with Mayweather? Hey, you know, you got a great defense, but all it takes is one punch to nail you just right. That's what makes this fight so exciting. The fans know that Canelo Alvarez can punch. They know he's young. He's not going to get tired that quick. But one thing is, he got to be very well prepared for Mayweather. But Mayweather fought like a 22-year-old in his last fight when he fought Robert the Ghost Guerrero. It was a great fight. But you know what? You can't take your opponents for granted. You can ask Mike Tyson. What happened when he fought Buster Douglas? Buster Douglas was a 40-1 underdog. I think Mike Tyson took him for granted. 40-1. Hey, I can knock this guy out. What happened? Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. And so boxing is full of surprises. You never know. All you gotta do is get hit with one solid punch, and that could be lights out for you. But Floyd Mayweather, believe me, he's a very strict fighter when it comes to his conditioning. His father is back on the scene again after 10 years, is teaching him that defense. His father didn't like when he fought Miguel Cotto and gave Floyd Mayweather a little bit of a rough time. And you figure, you look at Miguel Cotto and Canelo Alvarez, they're pretty much in the same kind of a style. I mean, Cotto doesn't have the punch that Canelo Alvarez has, but Canelo can give Mayweather a difficult night. So that's why it's good that he has his father in his corner, because his father brought him back to teach him a little bit more of what he should be good at, was a lot of good defense, and he proved it against Guerrero. He hardly maybe got hit with a dozen punches in the whole night. The people don't like that kind of a fight. They want to see a slugfest where both fighters get dropped, they all end up getting cut. That's exciting for the fans. But Mayweather says the name of the game is hit and don't get hit. You see? So that's what can make Canelo's fight a little difficult for Canelo, because he's going up against a fighter who has great defense. And when I'm talking about defense, you know, that's one of the main bring it to the ring. That's what makes this fight so intriguing. The fans say, who's going to nail who first? Mayweather doesn't hit as hard as Canelo, but Mayweather has the skills. He knows how he's a thinking fighter. He's always thinking. He measures his punches carefully. And when he throws that right hand or left foot, 9 out of 10 times, he's going to nail you with that. And sometimes he wears out a fighter. So if it goes into the late rounds and Canelo's still in there, Canelo can start feeling the fatigue and then the punching that Mayweather has, which is pretty decent. Not as hard as Canelo, but pretty decent. It can be a great night of boxing. And I can tell you that all fight fans around the world are going to be watching this fight. You know, the last time they had a mega fight like this was when Mayweather fought Oscar De La Hoya. And they had about 200 million pay-per-views on that fight. And 2 million, go back to 2 million pay-per-views on that fight. Hey, I wish it was 200 million. Anybody would wish that. 2 million pay-per-views on that night, and this one can probably top it because Canelo Alvarez has such a big fan base. Not only in Mexico, where he's from, but worldwide. The fans started to gravitate towards Canelo Alvarez. He has that drawing power. People like him. You know, young, red-headed, Mexican, you know, sharp, hungry. Boxing needs a new superstar. Manny Pacquiao, who was the great name up in boxing, unfortunately, he got knocked out by Manny Marquez last December. So they're looking for a new superstar. And that new superstar seems to be Canelo Alvarez. Mayweather, pound for pound, by all boxing experts, boxing fans around the world, pound for pound, the best in the boxing game right now. But Mayweather's 36 years old. But fights like a 22-year-old. He proved it in his last fight. Canelo Alvarez, hungry, very determined, very confident. He's happy as can be that he got this fight. A lot of folks think that maybe he's rushing it a little bit too much. I was reading an article yesterday where Jose Sullivan, the president from Mexico, WBC, felt that Canelo maybe should not have taken this fight yet. He should maybe wait a little bit longer. You know, a lot of fans, a lot of experts feel the same because when you're going up against Mayweather, pound for pound, one of the best, you're 22 years old, yeah, you're young, you know. Next year, he will be better, and the year after that, he'll be much better. And so Mayweather is taking the opportunity of a good, smart thinking fighter. Let me take him on now, being that he doesn't have that much experience. It'll be much more difficult for Mayweather next year or the year later. So Mayweather has a 6-fight deal with Showtime for a guarantee of $200 million purse for those 6 fights. That this will be his 2nd fight this year already with Showtime, which is, you know, great. I mean, a lot of folks are surprised that Mayweather will fight again in September. A lot of people thought that maybe he'll fight next year. But, you know, he wants to get those 6 fights in a 30-month period in, and I think he made the right move of selecting Canelo Alvarez for this particular fight. It's going to be an exciting fight. The fans all over the world are going to enjoy it. I think it's the biggest fight since Mayweather fought Oscar De La Hoya. So the fans are in for a big treat, and we'll be talking more about this in the next coming weeks. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon.